and he had to pay some money, and he had no money to pay. If he didn't pay, he would get so many lashings. Because the Pandit, he became very proud of his learning. So he saw Ramanujacharya, he saw his guru was crying. Must have been Yamunacharya, huh?
Yamunacharya, yes. Yes, Yamunacharya.
So he was crying, he said, Guruji, what's the matter? And he explained everything. So he was just a little boy, Ramanujacharya, he was just a little boy this time. So he said, don't worry about it. So every morning the king used to walk with his Pandit in the gardens. So they were coming along the path and Ramanuja went there, a little boy, and he picked up some sand from the ground and he said, Panditji, Panditji, tell me how many grains of sand are in my hand. And the Pandit said, are you making fun of me? Huh? He told the king, get this boy beaten, give him a good whacking. And the king said, wait a minute. The rules of debate are, if you cannot answer the question, he has to give the answer to the question. If he can't answer the question, then we'll beat him. So then the king asked the little boy, how many grains of sand in your hand? He said, handful. No, that wasn't Yamunacharya, that was somebody else, because Yamunacharya comes next. I forget what his name was before he was Yamunacharya. He was also, his guru also got in same trouble. But there was one great Pandit named Kolahala, the Raj Pandit. And Yamunacharya's guru had gotten Nathamuni. He got in trouble with the Raj Pandit. He had to pay money. And if he couldn't pay the money, then he would have to give up his life. He was so puffed up by his knowledge that even he would kill a Brahmin. So he was crying. So Yamunacharya said, all right, what's the matter? And he explained. He said, all right, I will go see. So he went there, and he challenged, little boy came, in the king's court, he challenged that I challenge you to debate. And Raj Pandit thought, who is this little guy? I'm a big Digvijay Pandit, and who is this little guy? And anyway, the king said he's challenged you. So the king gave a nice place for him to stay. Said tomorrow morning we'll have debate. So in the morning, the king and his queen, they were walking on the plaza outside of their terrace, outside of their room. And they looked down on the guest house and they saw this little boy there doing his japa. And the queen says, what happens if your Pandit is defeated by this little boy? The Raja said, if this little boy can defeat my Pandit, I will give half of my kingdom to him. Now king has given his word, I will give half of my kingdom to him. If he can defeat Kolahala, then I will give him half my kingdom. Acha? Alright, let's see. So, later in the morning, everybody gathered, everyone came. So the Digvijay Pandit, he said, alright, you can ask the question, I will give the answers. Because whoever asks the question, he has a little bit of advantage. Is your little boy. So, first question was, he said, was your mother was a barren woman? He said, this little kid, he wants me to insult my mother. I'm here, so how is my mother barren? He wants me to insult my mother by calling her a barren woman. Get him beaten, get him beaten. And the king said, wait a minute, let him answer his question. He said, according to Shastra, if a woman only has one child, she's considered barren. In old days we didn't worry. Now everybody's so worried. You go to India, all the auto rickshaws say, R2, V2. Only have 2. But old days, I come from a family of 5. Nobody worried. My Pujari in Brindakuni has 7 sons and 1 daughter, 8 children. They're all living very peacefully. Not opulently, but peacefully, happily. They live together. So if a woman only had 1 child, she was considered barren. All right. What's your second question? Second question is, our king is most pious. Now he wants me to make you insult you by saying you're impious. Get him beaten, get him beaten. He said, well, let him. The king said, wait a minute, I want to hear his answer. Our king is undoubtedly most pious, but he has to suffer 1/6 of the karma of all his praja, all his citizens. Okay. Third question. Our Queen Mother is a most chaste lady. All right, now he wants me to insult the Queen Mother. You get this guy beaten, get this beaten. And the Queen said, I want to hear what he has to say. And he said, our Queen Mother, she's undoubtedly very chaste. But the king, he's a representative of 5 different demigods. So she's associating with 5 different men at once. And the queen called out, Alavander, 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 he is conquered, he is conquered. Munacharya's another name is Alavander. Alavander, Alavander, he is conquered. So then the king had to give him half of his kingdom.